Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today in this session we are going to discuss some algorithms that are used in artificial intelligence game playing. All these algorithms are very important and we will discuss these algorithms in detail with some real life examples and their working. Alright, so before moving to the algorithm's name, you should note that AI game playing systems rely on various algorithms just to make decisions, explore the possible moves in a game, and optimize the strategies. And these algorithms are chosen based on game's complexity, their rule, and nature. Nature can be deterministic nature, it can be your probabilistic nature, it can be a single player or multiplayer nature game. Alright, so all these things are very important whenever we are using algorithms in gameplay. One question here is important. After that, we will move to the different algorithms. One important point here is how to choose the right algorithm. So whenever you are going to choose any algorithm for game playing, you must focus on 3 points. The first can be your game type. First of all, you have to choose the type of game. Your game can be deterministic, probabilistic, single player, multiplayer. So deterministic games like chess, okay? Stochastic means poker. Another is the complexity, number of possible moves or states. Let's say if you are using tic-tac-toe, if you are making a game of chess, all the games have different complexity, right? Another is the resources. So computational power and time available for a game is taken under the category of resources. So every time whenever you want to create a game with AI, definitely you must follow on these three criterias. Now students, we have all these algorithms with the help of which we can create some AI games. So first is your min-max search algorithms. So min-max search algorithms can be used in deterministic games. It can also be used in turn-based games like chess, like tic-tac-toe. If you want to create such games, you can definitely use min-max algorithms. Basically, this algorithm is a decision-making approach for two-player games. It helps in decision-making approach for two-player games. One player aims to maximize their score while the other player tries to minimize it. Like in case of tic-tac-toe, if you are trying to maximize your score like this, another player tries to minimize your score at the same time. In such scenario, you can use min-max search algorithms, right? It has some limitations also. So it is computationally expensive for games with large search spaces. So in such games, we have a large search space. That's why it can be computationally expensive sometimes. So this is the limitation of min-max search algorithm. Another algorithm is alpha beta pruning. So it is used in some games like chess, all right, where large decision trees can be drawn. An optimization for the min-max search algorithm, alpha beta pruning skips unnecessary branches. This is the key point for alpha beta pruning, that it can easily skip unnecessary branching or branches in the search tree and reduce the computation. All right, its benefit is it speeds up decision making without affecting the result. So that is the difference between these two algorithms. I hope students you are getting everything that I am sharing. Next algorithm is Monte Carlo tree search algorithm. So it is basically used in games with large and complex state spaces like Go game, like poker game. All right. MCTS is a probabilistic search algorithm. It is A probabilistic search algorithm that balances the exploration and exploitation. It can balance two things. First is exploration and another is exploitation. That is focusing on promising moves, and exploration means trying new moves. All right. The key concepts or key steps of Monte Carlo tree search can be its selection, that is the traversal. Another is the expansion. Here we can add new child nodes to the tree. Third step can be simulation, where run a random playout from a new node. Another is the back propagation. These are the four steps. And the advantage of using MCTS is it can handle games with incomplete or stochastic information. Okay, games like Go or AlphaGo, we can use this algorithm there. Another is reinforcement learning. So games where complex strategies can be used, there we should use reinforcement learning. Like Dota 2, you must heard about these games. We have StarCraft 2. In such games, we can use reinforcement learning. Basically, it enables AI to learn optimal strategies by interacting with the environment and receiving rewards or any penalty. Alright, next is Expectimax algorithm. So, games with probabilistic elements like Monopoly, etc. In such games, you can use Expectimax algorithm rules. Alright. Its limitation is it is computationally expensive for games with many probabilistic factors. This is the limitation of this particular algorithm. Next is the neural network. So games requiring the pattern recognition, like Go game, like any other video game, where we can learn strategy, where strategic learning can be used. So there we can use neural networks. All right. Neural networks are trained to evaluate game states or predict moves, and they are often combined with other algorithms like MCTS. All right. Next algorithm is genetic algorithm. So it is inspired by neural networks. Genetic algorithms evolve solutions over the generations. Okay. So its example can be AI systems learning to play simple arcade games by evolving gameplay strategies. All right. Next algorithm is rule-based system. So here hard-coded rules dictate AI's behavior. All right. So whenever we use hard-coded rules for a game to dictate the future, where there we use rule-based systems algorithms. Right. These are very easy to implement for simple games only. Okay. And its disadvantages include adaptability and scalability. Next we have is heuristic based search. So games with large search spaces like chess, checkers, there we can use heuristic based search. So basically students, heuristic guide the search process by focusing on promising moves, reducing the computational requirements. That's why we use heuristic based search in most of the games. Another we have is adversarial search. So whenever we want to create a game for multiplayer competitive games, then definitely we should use adversarial search. All right, so I hope everything is clear to you. We have discussed 10 different algorithms for creating any game based on artificial intelligence. So this particular topic, this particular session is very very important for you all. If you have any doubt, you can definitely comment below, and if you want me to continue this series, so you can definitely tell. So thank you so much everyone, and all the very best.